Everybody, Dutch here with a fresh crack of the new Macallan 12-year 110 proof. Now they released one of these a few years ago. I've actually never tried it, but they're back at it with their new bottle design. 12-year-old Macallan, 110 proof. What's not to love about that? Let's give it a fresh crack and a first taste reaction. Now this is using sherry seasoned casks. So these are actually American oak casks that have been seasoned with sherry. Good looking redesign, I think. Clean looking. Nose. Well, you definitely hit in the face with sherry. Proof is really helping the flavors come through here. Not a lot of ethanol in the nose, just a lot of that fruit flavor. Getting the date, the dark red fruits coming through, which you typically associate with Macallan. It's just the volume's really cranked up here on the 12-year at this proof point, so let's give it a taste. There's a surprising amount of oakiness coming through on this. I was not expecting that. The fruit flavors are very loud. The oak really lingers on the palate. I'm actually quite surprised by that. Let me give it one more sip here. There's a fair amount of spice. The proof is kind of bumping up, it feels like. The jammy flavors that you get on the nose, they're kind of there on the palate, but the spice really kind of is layered on top of them. On my second sip, oak is not quite as pronounced, but it's still there. I always feel like Macallan leads with that fruit, that jammy fruit, and this one is leading a little bit more with the spice and the woodiness. I'm surprised how much oak I'm tasting. Give it a little more sip for good measure. I think in my head I was expecting something more like the flavors you get from these older aged Spey malt releases, and you're really not getting that here. The fruit is really taking almost a backseat to the spices that are coming through. The lingering flavors, you do get some of that oak, and the fruit is layered there on top of that, and the spice kind of subsides. So it's a very nice, pleasant finish. Not what I was expecting. Definitely an interesting release. If you love Macallan and you love the typical Macallan profile, this one may not be your favorite, but it is an interesting release, and it's nice to see whiskey producers putting out high proof stuff. Give it a try, let me know what you think. Stay curious.